Oh, I'm saying Dave Chappelle. Thank you, man.
As Dave Chappelle just came out.
Oh, yeah. Dave Chappelle, man. Yes. Bam! Bam!
For Jamie, all it took was one good look at a character to pull off an impression so effortlessly it felt unreal, something that took the original actor weeks to prepare. And just like that, he casually nailed one of Samuel L. Jackson's gags from Django Unchained.
Master of Candy, who's this on this nag? Master of Candy, I say, who is this on this nag?
Who this nigga on that nag?
With so many villains and superheroes in No Way Home, Foxx was clearly having the time of his life, and it gave him the perfect chance to lock in that evil Green Goblin voice and absolutely nail the iconic laugh.
Gods don't choose, we take.
And you go like, oh shit, and that cackle.
Watch me kneel. I will kneel.
In another interview, Jamie completely went out of his way. He didn't just impersonate Stephen A. Smith, he practically became his long-lost twin. As he was messing around with his signature receding hairline and big-ass forehead, it even made the real Stephen do a double take.
He stole his style from me, but a real announcer doesn't have to wear pants.
Foxx was perfectly nailing Stephen's aggressive gestures and somehow sounded more like Stephen than Stephen himself. With every passing second of the skit, it only got harder for Stephen to keep it together.
You're my bro, I love you. My younger bro, he's still on my stepfather's side. Period.
With all the hundreds of talents Foxx already has, it still feels like he's constantly unlocking new ones. One of those moments happened on Late Night when he randomly pulled off a spot-on Dave Chappelle impression without even realizing it.
Oh, I'm saying Dave Chappelle. Thank you, man.
As Dave Chappelle just came out.
Oh, yeah. Dave Chappelle, man. Yes. Bam! Bam!
With this newfound talent, Jamie had Jerry Seinfeld laughing so hard he could barely get through the scene when Jamie got into his Dave Chappelle impression.
I was incensed. Bam! Can't talk about nothing, man.
It's one thing to copy a voice, but it's another to be loud, expressive, and still nail it. And he pulled it off flawlessly.
I love Dave because he always used a very intelligent word to go with his hood.
I was beside myself. I was chartreuse. Bam!
You know you've truly nailed an impression when the person you're imitating is still laughing at it decades later. Plenty of comedians have tried their hand at Shaq, but none got the kind of love Jamie did. So much so that Shaq himself shared this classic stand-up bit years later.
I feel good. Just want to thank my mother, thank my father, and everybody for, making sure, I get the right way and everything like that. Just want to thank everybody, for supporting the locals and everything like that. I'm saying? I'm just trying to do the best that I can and everything like that.
On The Graham Norton Show, while promoting The Amazing Spider-Man, Jamie delivered an amazing impression of Tom Cruise's rehearsal routine, without uttering a single word, yet somehow captured Tom's character perfectly.
Tom Cruise reads his line, but it was like this.
When it came to presidential impressions, Jamie loved imitating just about everyone: Trump, Biden, and even Obama. His impressions weren't just impressive, they had both Biden and Obama cracking up nonstop during the inauguration.
If there's anyone who still doubts that America is not a place where all things are possible, tonight is your answer.
When it came to physical comedy, Jamie might not have been your obvious first pick, but true to his multi-talented nature, he absolutely nailed every move and facial expression while perfectly mimicking LeBron James. With all the presidential impressions Jamie pulled off, there was no way he was skipping Bill Clinton. The voice, the charm, the confidence, he nailed it so well that it ended up as one of the standout moments in his stand-up show.
I want the American public to look me in my eye now. I'm sick of this bullshit you motherfuckers are trying to put on me, motherfucker. So what, she sucked it, Ann? So what, she sucked it? She didn't inhale.
Not many people had the nerve to clown Mike Tyson, especially back when he was knocking people out just for smiling. But Foxx did it anyway, and then did it again years later while hilariously recalling the whole thing on Fallon's late night show.
Hi, this is Mike Tyson. Welcome to Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yeah, can I get chicken and biscuit and some slaw? What's that you say, sir? I want slaw, lots of slaw.
When Childish Gambino's This Is America premiered, it instantly became a favorite not just among fans, but celebrities too. Jamie loved it so much that he performed a spot-on version of the dance right in front of Gambino himself, and actually had him cracking up for real. For most people, pulling off a solid impression takes weeks, sometimes months of prep. But for Jamie, it all came naturally.
Yeah, what's going on? It's just a great party, you know what I'm saying?
He'd casually fire off impressions on the fly, from Jay-Z and Farrell to Robert Downey Jr., leaving even Rogan struggling to keep it together.
I need you to play a Mexican. He says, dude, here's the deal. Sure. Sure, why not? Sure, of course. Sure, Mexican, whatever.
Not many can pull off a perfect Denzel Washington impression, but during an interview with the man himself, Foxx didn't just imitate him. He had Denzel breaking down laughing multiple times.
Hey, you get your hands off me.
It's no surprise that Tarantino puts art above everything else, and he's never been the type to hold back for anyone. So when Foxx showed up on Django Unchained with his chill, playful energy to play a beaten-down slave, he had to endure the full force of Tarantino's intense fury.
What the f is that? I knew I was gonna have this problem. Listen, all of this shit, you have to be a fucking slave.
While Foxx and Vin Diesel aren't exactly your typical on-screen duo, that didn't stop Jamie from absolutely nailing a spot-on impression of Diesel, right down to those iconic one-liners.
I live my life a quarter mile at a time. That's not my friends. That's my family.
Jamie was already killing it with impressions, but pairing him with Jay Farrow on The Ellen Show was a recipe for chaos.
I've been observing that booty for a long time.
The two bounced off each other with insane chemistry, running through impressions from Obama and Pharrell to even Beyoncé. But the real fun began when they went head-to-head as completely opposite versions of Kanye West.
Nah, because
I don't like how it looked, and don't I?
You know, listen, this ain't even a hold on, fam, because look.
Nobody saw a Nancy Grace impression coming from Jamie, but it was so flawless that Geraldo spent the rest of the interview barely holding back laughter.
Why did he do that? He smoked weed, he drove, he did that to this pure white virgin. Why? Back in a moment.
When it came to Al Pacino, Jamie didn't just do an impression. He ran through a full-time lapse of Pacino's career, smoothly shifting from his fiery younger roles to the gravelly, intense characters of his later years.
Because the younger Al was, Fredo, don't ever go against the family again, Fredo. And then he got older and he was,
You're right.
If anyone lives for celebrity impressions, it's Jamie. He's like a superfan who somehow made it big, and he enjoys every second of it. So when he suddenly dropped a Leonardo DiCaprio impression mid-interview, his accuracy had the entire room cracking up instantly.
And Leo was like, I said, Leo, you think he got it? He's got something, pal. Just keep watching, some shit is going on.
Foxx started as a comedian, but he's shown again and again that his talent goes way beyond that. Whether it's movies or stand-up, he nails it every time, and his hilarious Jay-Z impression was no exception.
Okay. I say, what's up, man?
It's a nice party. It's just crazy. It's just nice. It's just nice. It's all the time like this.
When Jamie was born, it was like every kid in a 50-mile radius lost their talent overnight. God clearly spent a little extra time crafting this man. He could act, make people laugh, do spot-on impressions, and just when you thought that was enough, he'd casually break into a smooth, gorgeous singing voice that sounded like the real artist himself.
God allowed a million toys that I could play with. I don't want to grow